So this question asks, to the nearest dollar, what will be the setup cost per unit for product E using activity-based costing? Now, first of all, even though it only wants this for product E, the way activity-based costing is going to work is you have to work out the cost per setup for the entire organization, and then we'll look at specifically how much we're going to charge to product E. So the first thing we need to work out is the cost per setup. And to do this, you have to take the total cost for your setups and then divide this by your number of setups. So if we actually look at the information given to us in the question, they tell us first of all that the setup costs for the next year are 680,000. So that can go on the top. And then we simply need to work out the number of setups on the bottom. And we're given quite a lot of information here in this little table. So we're given the number of units we're going to make for each product. We're then specifically told that these products are made in batches, but we're then told that the setups vary depending on the product, but it is per batch. So the first thing we need to do is calculate the number of batches. And first of all, for product D, we're going to have 12,000 units and we make them in batches of 20. So for D, we have 12,000 divided by 20, which means we're going to have 600 batches. And then for E, we have 15,000 and there are 30 units in a batch, which means we will have 500 batches. And then for F, we have 4,000 units, 10 units in a batch, so we will have 400 batches. We can then work out our setups, and for product D there is one setup per batch, so that's going to be 600 setups. And then for E there are 4 per batch, which gives us 2,000 setups. And then for F there's 2 per batch, so 400 times 2 we get 800 setups. So in total you've got 600 plus 2,000 plus 800 means we have 3,400 setups. That can then go on the bottom of our calculation, and if we do 680,000 divided by 3,400 setups, we get $200 per setup. Now, keeping this figure in mind then, it's $200 per setup, and we've got to look at this per unit for product E. So if we then think about product E, we're going to have 4 setups in a batch. So each setup is $200. We're going to need 4 of these in a batch, but that batch will then produce 30 units. So 200 times 4 is 800 divided by 30, and this will then give us 26.67 per unit. And to the nearest dollar, that is going to be 27, and your answer is B.